All right, we begin this edition with the latest that we are tracking from Iran. The death toll in ongoing protests has now risen to at least 35, with over 1,200 people having been detained, according to US-based human rights activist news agency. Now, the protests, which have been ongoing for over a week now, show no signs of stopping. The agency has reported that the casualties include 29 protesters, 4 children and 2 members of the security forces, and that the protests have spread to as many as 250 locations across 27 provinces. While the group, relying on an internal activist network, has been accurate in past reporting. Meanwhile, Iran's judiciary has warned that Tehran will offer no leniency to rioters, even though the public has a right to demonstrate. This is according to Mizan news agency. The head of the country's judiciary, that is Ghulam Hussain Mohseni, has said that he has instructed the Attorney General and prosecutors across the country to act in accordance with the law, with resolve against the rioters and those who support them. He even went on to add that Iran listens to the protesters and their criticism and distinguishes between them and rioters. Notably, the remarks came after President Donald Trump had warned that Iran would get hit very hard by the United States if the authorities killed more demonstrators in wake of the unrest. Well, protests have erupted in Iran. They erupted on 28th of December when shopkeepers in capital Tehran staged a strike over high prices and economic stagnation. They have since spread to other cities and expanded to include political demands. Notably, according to official announcements, 12 people have been killed since December 30 in clashes, which includes members of the security forces. According to Mizan, police intel officers in the capital they've intensified a suspected rioter hideout and even seized weapons, ammunition and materials for making improvised explosive devices. UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres has urged Iran to respect protesters' rights to peaceful demonstrations while emphasizing to prevent further casualties and allow individuals to express their concerns. Parallelly, India has issued an advisory urging its citizens to avoid travel, non-essential travel, that is, to Tehran. According to the advisory that's been issued, Indian nationals have been advised to avoid non-essential travel to Iran until further notice. The advisory added that the Indian nationals living in Iran on resident visas are advised to register with Indian embassy if not already done. Iran's economy has been hit hard by tough international sanctions, with its currency, Rial, having lost more than a third of its value against the US dollar over the past year, and inflation in the country has doubled, which now stands at double digits. On Sunday, the government even announced a monthly allowance for every citizen to alleviate economic pressure, equivalent to around 3.5% of the average monthly wage.